alright, enough fucking around. I wanted to see if we would ever get to a point wherein there was some sort of, not really resolution, but at least something that I could point to and go, well, this is what's happening now. Right now, fuck all is happening. So Jussie Smollett, I think it's safe to say, concocts a story. I think at this point the allegedly shit is out the fucking window. I think that pretty much the whole story, the things leading up to it, and everything that has happened after it pretty much makes it fairly safe to say this motherfucker lied. He walked home with his sandwich after being beat up. Doesn't happen. He lied. So, he lied. Everybody knows he lied. The police especially know he lied because they put hundreds of man-hours into finding out. Sure as shit they found out. Found out enough to take it to a grand jury, which said, oh yeah, we're gonna fuck this dude. And then they said, alright, charging this asshole with 16 counts. Jussie Smollett says, well, if you're gonna try me, I want there to be cameras in the courtroom so everybody in America can see what happens. And the police went, alright, because they know you're fucked. You're just saying this so you can look stupid in the future. But whatever. So he says, I demand that these proceedings be witnessed. And the state's attorney, Kim Foxx, says, well, no, I kind of know the family, so I'm going to recuse myself from this one. Funny enough, two things that never fucking happened. That bitch never recused herself from shit, and Jussie Smollett didn't want anybody to see what would happen in that courtroom. You want to know how I know these things? Because of the Obamas. One of Michelle Obama's people called Kim Foxx and said, hey, it would probably look bad if there was any way that it could be proven that America isn't a racist country full of hateful people. So we need this swept under the rug. Now, I don't know exactly what it was she said, but I know that the former president certainly did bank a whole lot on this country being racist and terrible. So, makes him look bad if they're lying. Whatever. So that happened. And then all of a sudden, Kim Foxx is no longer recused from this shit. She's now fully involved. And Jussie Smollett doesn't want people to see what happens anymore. So they went into a meeting. They figured out, oh well shit, you've already paid $10,000. That's good fun. And you do all sorts of community service, man. We're gonna let you slide on this one. This little 16 counts, this little 16 felony counts. Pfft, it's nothing. It's the same type of shit you'd get charged with if you pull a fire alarm for no reason, right? Who cares? Except if you pull a fire alarm for no reason, a lot of people get pissed off. Some people get their threesomes fucked up. Nevertheless, that's a story I've already told. Or a story for another time, depending on how you want to look at it. That kind of shit's one thing. When you say, I was attacked in a racially motivated attack wherein I was beaten by two people that were not of my race, and they screamed racial nasty things at me, and this is a race thing. It's very fucking different, right? So, they go behind closed doors, and they make a deal wherein Jussie just walks away. He's paid his fine, I guess. It was his bail, but whatever. He just doesn't get that back. He's waived his bail. And and he's done community service. Now, I'm not entirely sure what's going on with the community service entirely. I've heard it reported that he's done a lot of community service. So that's just, he's pre-done the community service portion, so fuck it, we're not going to do community service. But I've also heard that he has community service yet to do. So, I don't know exactly what's going on there. But from what it sounds like, it's his get out of jail free card. He's done community service. So all you know, do some community service. A couple hundred hours. Bank up some community service. And then if you get in trouble, see if that helps you down the road. But whatever. So yeah. So that happens. And then they said, well, he's not exonerated, but he's not guilty. We're just gonna not do anything. And people got pissed, especially the mayor, Rahm Emanuel, and the police. All of them. They're wicked fucking pissed. And they would like to sue Jussie, I guess civilly, for like $130,000 to pay for the overtime. And that really made me think, was that just the overtime? $130,000 worth of overtime. Or is that like the whole investigation? Because if it's the whole investigation, I kind of got to go, oh, well, okay. But if it's just overtime, fuck, they did a lot more work than I even thought they did. Whatever. So that's going on. Apparently, Jussie has floated out there the idea of suing the fucking Chicago PD, which I was like, holy shit. And everybody was figuring, after this thing got announced that they were dropping the charges, that Kim Foxx was dropping the charges. You know, friend of the family, she's dropping the charges because she's recused herself because there's a conflict of interest there. So after that happened, everybody was kind of like, well, he's going to come out and apologize for all this kind of shit that's going on, because that's what people do. When you go in and you make a deal, that's essentially you going, look, I kind of did it, but I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to be in trouble. So how about I give you a bunch of money, and we call it square. When that happens, that's essentially you admitting you did it, and you're paying it off. Right? So you come out and go, I'm sorry for all the problems that have happened, and my bad. But he came out and said, bitches, I told you I was innocent. I told you I wasn't lying. And everybody went, are you fucking kidding me? So it was that interview all over again. He just talked about how he was fucking innocent and all this shit actually happened. So now the question is, well, who the fuck did it? If it wasn't those two guys, who the fuck did it? If it wasn't the Osendaro brothers, those American brothers that everybody calls Ugandan brothers or whatever the fuck, the American brothers that have relatives in a different country, right? Those guys. If it wasn't those guys, then who was it? Well, nobody else is on the street. So it had to have been those two guys. Jussie knows it had to have been those two guys. So now he's full on blaming those two guys. Even so far that his lawyer went on in the news and said, well, you know, probably they were in black or whiteface. They were in whiteface. Because there's pictures on one of their Instagram account or whatever of them dressed up as the fucking Joker or some dumb shit. So yeah, they've painted their faces white before. Who's to say they're not going to do it now? So, like, they're full on going after these two brothers. And here's what's crazy. Jussie's saying he was attacked violently in a racially motivated crime. The police are saying Jussie's a fucking liar. What happens when the case gets dropped against Jussie? Well, there's still two people out there that beat him up. We have to figure out who they are. Somebody has to get in trouble for all this. Either somebody was attacked, or somebody fucking lied about being attacked. We know Jussie didn't lie about being attacked because Kim Fox says so. So now we gotta find the people that hit it, that beat him up. Well, that's weird, because the only two people out there are those two fucking guys. And the more he says they did it, the more I sit there going, those two guys have got to be out of their fucking minds. Because they've already been like, look, we don't want to go to jail. We didn't beat this dude up. He paid us to fuck with him. But now, it's like, well, they've kind of admitted that they roughed him up a little bit. They tussled him up a little bit because he had to have something for the pictures, right? So these guys did kind of beat him up. Like, do they get tried for that? Is it going to be a thing where, like, they're on trial for beating him up, and they're sitting there on the stand going, well, he paid us to beat him up, and then, objection, Your Honor, those cases have been dropped. We know that's false. This case is beginning to make me bigoted. Not against black people. I still love black people. Not against gay people. I still love gay people. Not like that, but nevertheless, I still love gay people. Fine people. But it's, I don't know. I don't even know. Activists. The people that are just activists, that, like, the people that do things for their activism. Like, I don't care if you're out there talking, but it's when you start doing anything else for your activism, when you become an activist, like, I don't know. Those people I'm beginning to not fucking like. It's so tough to tell who they are, though. We need to assign them a skin color. You can spot them pretty easy. They're all wearing tinfoil hats. But, seriously, though, like, this shit isn't helping anything. They're passing the case over to the FBI. They're going, yeah, but there's the mail fraud. Fuck them on that. You know, we just gotta fuck Jussie Smollett. Now it's become the quest to just fuck Jussie Smollett in any way they can. However they can do it, that motherfucker's gotta see the inside of a prison cell. And at this point, Robert Mueller's free, from what I know. So they might need to look into getting him to figure this one out, because holy shit, they're talking we need to have special counsel to look into Kim Fox. The police went on protest today, and there was a fucking counter protest with Jesse Jackson. I guess this is even beneath Al Sharpton, so Jesse Jackson was there. Because, you know, he'll do anything as long as it's race hate involved. So, yeah, Jesse Jackson's there. I think, I might be wrong on this, but I believe that Al Sharpton actually came out against Jussie Smollett in this one. Not entirely sure on that. It's so tough to, there's so much fucking shit going on with this. But yeah, so there was a protest by the police saying Kim Fox should be fired, and Jesse Jackson It's also difficult at this point to get the Jussie and Jesse correct. No, not you. With Jesse Jackson, he's out there talking all his shit. Fucking Jussie Smollett is maintaining his innocence. Somebody at some point said, and I think this was just a thought that was thrown out there, was I guess one of his lawyers, one of Jussie's lawyers, is currently involved in some sort of something. I don't even remember what. Some sort of fraud or I don't even know. They're involved in some sort of possible crime. So the thought was, well, maybe Jussie rolled on his lawyer and said, "Hey, I can give this dude up if you just let me go," and that might be a thing. And I was like, well, that kind of makes sense. I could see them throwing this out to get a much bigger fish for a much bigger crime. If it was anybody else in any other situation and hadn't been televised for the past 3 months. Like, there gets a point where you go, oh, that's a sweet offer, and your help would be very much appreciated, and it would probably do a lot better to your sentencing, but you went on the news and said that we're all liars and that you're telling the truth. Sorry, man, there's nothing we can do for you. We can't give you nothing. We can give you less, but we can't give you nothing at this point. No fucking way are they going to give him a $10,000, oh, we'll just keep your bail, and oh, you've done community service, or you'll do community service, so hey, I guess it's all good. After months worth of a televised fucking... Wow, alright, so yeah, I don't know, but that's certainly a believable possibility. But yeah, the Obama thing, Kim Fox got called by an Obama person, and that person said, hey, can you help him out? And she said, yeah, I'll just say fuck it to everything, why not, who gives a shit? Whatever. I don't know. So yeah, like I said, I wanted to come at you with some sort of something that's showing that something's going somewhere. But as it stands right now, Jussie Smollett goes off a free man to proclaim his innocence repeatedly every chance he gets, and boy is he. The Chicago Police Department, wicked fucking pissed, and they're talking about how the state's attorney should be either fired or should resign or go to jail. I mean, they're really pissed at her. It's all corruption. It's another one of those, well, if you got a lot of money, then you can just buy your way out. So there's, we've got that class division, we've got the race division. We've now got a division between the police and the prosecutor. They blamed Donald Trump. It was Donald Trump's fault for all of this. Because Donald Trump, whatever. So it's Donald Trump's fault. And fucking... So I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Everything's being referred to the feds, and everybody's angry, and all the people that aren't angry are going, woo, and wondering why everybody's angry at them. And it's pretty fucking obvious, but whatever. But yeah, so I guess at this point we're just catching up with Jussie Smollett, because the fucking shit is still not over. Not by a long shot. So, motherfucker better live it up, because I think I think at the very least the law in Chicago is going to do everything. Man, that motherfucker better not spit on the sidewalk in that city. Because a cop will arrest him and put him into jail for however long the max sentence for spitting on the sidewalk is. They'll figure out a way to put him in jail for something. And that's really the thing, isn't it? Whatever you do, don't piss off and then piss in the face of and then piss in the face of again the entirety of the police department in your city. Because they will find something to arrest you for. Nobody's always not breaking the law. Every once in a while you break those little goofy laws that nobody gives a fuck about. He's going 30 and a 25. Jussie Smollett better be going 24 and pray they don't pull him over for going too fucking slow. Like, that dude's fucked in that city. Man, I don't know. And the unfortunate thing is going to be if he ever actually does need the police. I mean, I'm sure they'll be more than happy to do their job. But, you know, it's a busy night. Just couldn't get there in time. Hey, man, it's Chicago. It's a big city. A lot of crime. So, yeah, that's what's going on with Jussie. Fucking nothing new, really. He's still saying he's innocent. And just more people now are saying that he's not. Even more people are now saying he's lying. And he's still going, I ain't lying. Except now the professionals are saying that he's lying. 2 people saying that he's not lying. Jussie Smollett. 3 people. Jussie Smollett, his lawyer, and Kim Fox. They're the only people that are maintaining his innocence in all this. It's not good odds.